All right, it's almost heated up. For this test, we only need a couple grams of filament to do print one test coin. So I'm just using one of these remnants that I saved. This is 5 grams. So I'll load that in the side loader. And one thing I've added since maybe the last video is I put in this little blocker thing, because some of the reels were getting too far in, and also this was spinning a little bit too freely. So a lot of times the filament would come off of the reel and be inside, especially when it's full. So this slows it down a little bit. This is a Teflon bumper here. Slows down a little bit and keeps the reel from getting too close to the machine, and also prevents the filament from coming off the end of the reel. So this is a little bit above the top of the reel here. So sometimes it comes off anyway, but this has made it a lot better. So it's kind of kludgy, but you know, 3D printers, you modify them as you need to, and just go from there. Obviously, I could. This is my remixed side loader that I posted a video about earlier. I could, add a upright here or something as part of this remix, but since I'm not trying to sell this, I'm just trying to get it to work. This is good enough for me. All right, I'm going to load the filament, see how it comes out. First time we've loaded a filament with a 0.2mm nozzle, so seems to be flowing in okay. I can feel it going in. Doesn't have the nozzle yet, probably, but here it comes. It looks finer. Definitely a finer filament size than the other one, so looks good. Yeah, that came out nice and clean. All right, that's encouraging. Now we'll go ahead and start our print, and we'll see if it works. I'll just show you the first part here. This is the width of the bead that on the white move that the 0.4mm nozzle makes, and we'll see how much smaller this one does. Here's the thing, another trick. Have your tweezers ready. I'll have a link to these in the show notes. So when it comes over here, when it starts to make the white move, you want to get off the little blob that's coming down and make it as clean as possible. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, that's a little bit of problems sending it out, but it looks like it's okay. Pretty thin there. All right, see what happens. All right, it printed. So this is using, this is using 1.6mm layers. The 0.4 nozzle, I'm always printing with 0.2mm layers. So this was the highest I could go with Simplify 3D before I started complaining that you get lousy layer adhesion if you go thinner than that. So it stuck together pretty well. There's some printing on the bottom. I'm pretty concerned about that, the way it started printing. But you can basically read that. Yeah, I think it's super important to get this super level, because any little variations are going to make this difficult to read. So we have to make it a little bit deeper. That gives you more chances. Now here's the lettering on the top. It's much smaller. And you can sort of read it. One idea I can have is make this coin a little bit bigger. Then I can make the font bigger. So you can read some of the letters. It's very difficult to read though. Definitely make this font bigger. I'll compare it with the picture I have. So I'm not, this isn't a super win at this point, but at least it's some progress with some encouraging signs, but it's going to take a lot more tweaking to get this to work. The thing I'm going to do is I replaced my leveling card. My leveling cards are getting kind of old, so they have a lot of grooves in them and stuff, so I don't think I got a super good level for my last print. So I'm going to try printing a different coin that's a little bit bigger, and the fonts are bigger, and hopefully it'll come out better. So check that out when I get done with that. Okay, I got a much better bed level that time. You can see this bead is nice and complete, unlike the last one. Also did an outline around the coin first. That always helps get the first layer started better. There was some squishing of the first layer, and some of it stuck to the thing there, but that's what the bottom looks like. She looks pretty good. There's some gold color in there because I didn't completely purge out the film, but some of the filament, some of the surface stuck up here, so other than that you can really read the lettering okay. In case you haven't figured out, this is a Star Wars coin, so here's the front, and the lettering is pretty readable. Yeah. And the 7, this is the currency symbol for Star Wars, so that came out really well. The Rebel Alliance symbol came out okay, and then the little 7 on the bottom here. The dots came out okay. So I'm going to try switching. There's really good layer adhesion here. I'm going to try switching to 0.2mm layers. I never had really good luck with less than 2mm layers. You know, Simplify 3D generates an error warning if you try to go to 0.2 instead of 1.6, which is what I did. But because I've had problems, I tried 1mm layers at one point with my 0.4mm nozzle, and the first layer this surface is not flat enough. I was putting on a glass surface that was super flat, then it might work, but so we'll try this coin again with 0.2mm layers, and I bet the bottom is going to come out better. Also, these letters will be a little bit deeper. So overall, I'm really pleased with this. I think this is going to work. So here's the next phase of working with a 0.2mm nozzle. I had a lot of problems with layer adhesion, trying to print at 0.16 millimeters per layer. So decided to go to 0.12. But because of the way the print surface works on the Flashforge is that the surface is really not that flat. I mean, it's flat when you first put it on, but then over time it gets kind of a little bit lumpy. So when you print that thin of a layer level, you get a lot of the first layer goes. You know, some places are too high, some places are too low. You don't get a nice smooth first layer, and then from then on you have problems. So we're taking the big leap, and we're going to go to a glass bed. So this is, I'll have a link to this in the show notes. So it's nicely packaged. This is from Go 3D. And this is specifically designed for the bed size of the Flashforge Dreamer, and Dreamer NX is what I have. It's 150 millimeters by 230, so it's 150 in the Y direction, 230 in the X direction. So open this up. So this is made of silicate glass, which is can handle heat cycling. Then I'm going to take this label off. And from what I've been reading up online for PLA, this can work really great. It's super flat, and the bottom of your prints are going to be super shiny. So when I'm printing these coins, the bottom should look great instead of a little bit dull like it does normally with the other print surface. So I think it's going to be a big win for these particular coins, and I think this is the only way I could practically print 0.12 millimeter layers with that printer. So we're going to have to attach this to the print bed somehow, and I'll show you how to do that. And we need to keep this super clean. And from what I've read, for PLA, you don't really need to use adhesive if you get your bed temperature correct. So we're going to try it without adhesive. A lot of people recommend hairspray or glue sticks, and to me that's can work, but then you're never sure when it's not going to work, right? So you're never sure when you need to apply more, or if it's too gloppy or whatever. So I'm not trying to print without any adhesive for PLA. Now for PETG, apparently PETG sticks to this glass too well, so I'm not going to use this for PETG, only for PLA. All right, then we have to keep this super clean, and they recommend cleaning it to start with by using dishwasher liquid, and then don't touch it with your fingers afterwards. So go ahead and do that. We'll wash it with dish soap, and then we'll put it on the printer and try a test print. All right, our first print on glass. See how we did. I don't think we did very well. Turn it off, and this bottom is mirror like we expected, but this side didn't stick. This corner didn't stick, so yeah, so you can see how it tapered up on this side. So it could have been a bed leveling problem, could have been a number of things. We'll have to try again tomorrow. I was able to crack it, but the strength was pretty good as far as layer adhesion. So anyway, we'll try again tomorrow and see what happens. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post a comment if you have any questions or ideas, and I'll try to respond. That's all for now, but more videos are coming, and if you want to see them, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification icon if you don't want to miss one. This is Beta Cygni signing out, and keep looking up.